Hello everyone, watch this review here with a look at The Mummy from Toy Island's Universal Monsters series. You know, growing up I had an immense fascination with ancient Egypt, and in fact I think I kind of wanted to be an archaeologist even before seeing the Indiana Jones movies. And again, I can't imagine how many kids saw the Indiana Jones movies and then were probably heartbroken to learn that archaeology wasn't really gunfights with Nazis and all that. Personally, my disillusionment with the notion of archaeology and paleontology as well, because I also like dinosaurs, was basically learning what the research actually entails, which is traveling to remote areas of the world and being exposed to the elements and all these other sorts of unpleasantries. And it's a lot of it's just boring, tedious work. So take that, childhood dreams. But nonetheless, I really enjoyed the movie as a kid, The Mummy I'm speaking of, and even the remake with Brendan Fraser was a pretty fun film. I mean, granted, it was silly and everything, but hold on a second and we'll take a closer look at The Mummy. Coin! Coin! Yeah, sorry. Couldn't resist. Now, the mummy comes with the right leg of the monster, as well as a stand with a card on it, like the other figures. His little name and everything, although it's technically not his name. It's just the name of the monster. Again, there's this still use extreme caution. I really wish they would have omitted that crap and just left like the name and then the image. So, I mean, this one's actually a pretty decent looking one. As for the mummy himself, there's actually a pretty impressive sculpt and paint job in this guy. In particular, I'd say that the head sculpt does bear a fairly remarkable resemblance to what they used for makeup effects in the movie. Boris Karloff played the mummy in that one. Was it Boris Karloff Jr.? I can't remember. It was one of the Karloffs. Oh, I'm thinking of Lon Chaney Jr. No, it's definitely Boris Karloff. Totally blank on these things. As you can see, there's just a crazy amount of sculpting that went onto these bandages, and I mean, it's definitely not like they just made indents and stuff, because we also have like these ones that are sort of falling to the sides, and then of course for each of those things you do have a little paint and stuff. So I mean, it's really an impressive looking figure all around. I'd say it's probably second to the creature from the Black Lagoon. Although, I mean, granted, as far as movie monsters go, he's probably not as striking as some of the other ones. They actually do have his little ring and stuff here, which is pretty cool. Now, one of the issues with the whole bandages and everything is the fact that you can't kind of so much get one of the legs to go up just because it sort of impedes it, which kind of sucks. I mean, you could go for that from the side or whatever, but yeah. One of the general things with these figures, or actually the original movie thing, if you're familiar with the process of mummification, he wouldn't have a nose. I recall that they broke off the nose and they used something like a hanger to extract some of the organs out from there, so despite that in the film and everything, the character's depicted as having a nose, but I mean, if you remember your stuff, probably you would have like a break or something there. An all-around nice figure, I suppose. Not a ton to say about him. Same general articulation as the other ones in line, with a point of rotation at the wrist, single joint elbow. The head will rotate. Down at the neck, if I can ever get it broken in. Oh, there it goes. Waist. And the leg has the ball joint. Knee, single joint. Ankle, single joint. Now, in particular, if you look at the face and everything, he's got a really sad expression. And it's just something weird about that, because you'd think that the monster would be more neutral, but maybe they're just going for a neutral expression and they conveyed like sad or whatever. The hair is kind of funky. And first off, it just looks too perfect, because you'd think that it'd be all like really messed up and stuff, given that the guy's been buried and there should be like clumps missing or whatever, but hey. It's also the same color as the flesh, which is kind of funky. I mean, from a glance, you wouldn't even think that that's hair, but I believe it's supposed to depict hair. Yeah. But yeah, this has been a look at the Toy Island Mummy. Pretty decent figure. Not one that I'm really excited about, but I should point out his hand detail and stuff, which is pretty neat.